G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper article that takes a humorous look at Yowies from 1874, so we'll get into it. This was published in the Sydney Punch on Friday, the 20th of March, 1874, titled Gorilla Australiensis, Natural History Object Lesson for National Schools. Genus Gorilla, Species Homunculus, Habitat New South Wales. Natural history, being a progressive science, is sure to find many students in a new country. And now, here is its pursuit more than interesting than in New South Wales. The peculiar animal under consideration, though apparently only made known to us intimately by the great Ducello, who spent so much time in hunting it to its lair, and who thus became possessed of a close knowledge of its habits, is nevertheless supposed to have had its origin in this country, and Darwin could have no difficulty in recognising it as the missing link between the simian species of animals and the aboriginals of the country. The gorilla Australiensis has become some peculiarities different from those of its African brother. It is found in many parts of this colony, but more frequently in the Western District, bordering on the haunts of civilization. As, however, settlement progresses, it seems to retreat into the bushy country. Its appearance is particularly hideous, though it possesses a fiendish and mocking type of face. Other special characteristics are its secretiveness and an extraordinary love of paper. This it devours in great quantities, or secretes it in masses in its lair or den, which it scratches for itself in the close scrub. It has been known to keep a quantity of soiled paper undisturbed for 12 months. The only way in which to mollify its unbending ferocity is to offer it bundles of paper, which it will seize sooner than food, or else any attempt to wrest from it its hidden treasures, or to penetrate into its hiding place, is the surest way to invite its attacks. These, however, are disguised by its peculiar cunning, for, by representing docility, it will allow of quite a friendly approach, but woe to those who do not arm themselves against its treachery. This is, however, very easily managed, for another remarkable point about Gorilla Australiensis is which it totally differs from its namesake of the African desert, is its extreme cowardliness. At the slightest show of attack, or even resistance, it will run back to its den with a kind of howling noise, and it is not seen again, as long as anyone is on the watch, but it lies in ambush to pounce on anyone approaching it unawares. The Gorilla Australiensis is mostly attended by a remarkably filthy, parasitical little animal, something like that known in America as the skunk, and by less euphonious epithet, and in Queensland as the woosa. The affection displayed between these two creatures is so extraordinary as to be almost amusing were it not for their extreme filthiness, and many anecdotes are told of this fidelity between two animals, totally unlike in size and appearance, but of somewhat similar nature. The little creature, though unable to fight, protects his huge but cowardly friend by emitting on anyone approaching the den a fluid of the most disgusting odour, though otherwise innocuous, as its effects will disappear with the use of water. In other eternal features, the Gorilla Australiensis and the African species are alike. All attempts to obtain a living specimen have proved futile, the beast being too wary to be caught. The end. Wow, that's like a crazy tale of what they think Yowies are. Like it supposedly eats paper and then it keeps soiled paper undisturbed for 12 months in its lair, and like it acts docile and it'll let you approach, but you haven't got a gun, you're in trouble. And then they're saying it's extremely cowardly, and but it waits in the bush to pounce on anyone who's unaware, and then it carries around with it a little mate that's supposedly like a skunk that sprays the disgusting smell on you, and they're both supposed to be extremely filthy, and yeah, it's just totally crazy and thing. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll get back to this all next time. Bye.